I want to let the skillet get hot first. While it's getting hot, I'll go ahead and marinate my steak. And it doesn't look like I really have any steak marinade. Oh wait. Here we go. Now, when it comes to marinating a steak, first of all, steak is usually something I don't prep unless I'm eating about 5 meals a day. I'll go ahead and just cook some top sirloin on Sundays when I'm making all this other food, and I'll go ahead and weigh it out with my food scale after I'm done into about 4-ounce servings. We'll talk about this in a little bit. This thing is awesome. But now when it comes to steak, once again, keep it fairly simple. I get a good steak marinade. This Allegro makes a brisket and fajita marinade. They have another one that's really good. You can use teriyaki, whatever you want. But we'll go ahead and get our steak out here. Put a little bit of the marinade in our glass dish here. Doesn't take much. One thing you gotta be careful about with your things like teriyaki and marinade and all that is they have a lot of sodium. So a little goes a long ways. Anyways, we're gonna work that around here with the marinade. And I will get a fork here, wash my hands, grab a fork, and it's good to punch your steak with the fork to tenderize it, open it up a little bit. Give my oil a stir here. Things are heating up. So we're gonna just come in here, be careful, make sure you don't poke yourself. And I'm just going back and forth here across the steak, working my way down. I'll flip it over, do the same thing. And you can tell instantly as soon as you start doing this that it's working through the meat, tenderizing it, which is also getting the marinade in there. Makes it a much more tasty steak, helps it cook a lot better too. So if I want to add more marinade now I could, but it feels like it's good to go, so leave that there. Wash my hands again. Alright, give my oil a stir. And now there's different meat marinades. This Daddy Hinkle's kind of came in a pack of 2. It came with a liquid marinade and a dry rub. So I still have some of the dry rub left over. I'll throw a little bit of that on the steak just to give it some extra flavor, because I'm about to eat this sucker here in a little bit after we cook it. Now as for the other steak, I'll go ahead and just put it into a Ziploc bag and save it. It'll keep for at least 3 days before I have to cook it in order to keep it from going bad, which is the great thing. If you learn how long food will last, you know, that'll help factor in when you're prepping food or buying food and all that kind of stuff. So, skillet should be hot. But to finish what I was going to say on that steak, the one that I just bagged up, like I said, it'll stay good in that bag in the refrigerator for at least 3 days, 3 to 4 days, no more than that. So 3 days tops. And then if I cook it and I don't happen to eat it, it would last another 3 days. So you're getting a life of 6 days out of one steak. And that way, you manage when and where and how to eat your food. Same thing for the chicken, same thing for the turkey. It'll keep in the fridge 3 or 4 days before I need to cook it, and then once I portion it all out, it'll keep for a good 4 days. That's usually the max rule of thumb, 4 days. After that, throw it out. And so our skillet is hot. Let's check our timer. Yeah, we got about 3 minutes left, so we're gonna put the steak in the skillet. And that's all you gotta do. Throw it in there and let it go. Just cook it for about 4 minutes aside. So since I'm using this timer on my other oven over there, I'm gonna use timer on my microwave. So 4 minutes. Another great timer to use is your phone. You can set your phone to be a timer. You can run multiple timers, or you can use your microwave and your phone or whatever you want to do. But when you're cooking different things, you need different timers. You can get creative like that, or you can just buy a little nifty kitchen timer. But one on your phone works great. So now I've got everything cooking. I've got timers going so I don't forget about it. I don't really have much of a mess going on right now. And I can go ahead and start getting my potato ready. Because like I said, I'm going to eat that potato with the steak in a little bit. This is a good trick for potatoes. Take them out of this bag, put them in a paper stack. For some reason, they keep so much better, so much longer. Bronze bag works the best. Get you a bronze bag. You buy your potatoes there, use the bronze bag, recycle. So, usually I'll have one big potato or two little potatoes. These little gold ones are pretty good. The trick is to wash them really good. Get all the dirt, all the junk off of them. Because I eat them whole, just like this. I'll dress them up a little bit, nothing fancy, but wash them up real good, and then get a paper towel for each one. And what I'll do is I'll roll it up in the paper towel and kind of get that paper towel wrapped around it like this, and I'll leave it sitting for a minute, because when I peel that off, it helps pull away any leftover dirt and stuff that I didn't wash off of it in the sink. And let's check on our steak. It's doing pretty good. Give it a little love. I can go ahead and put this stuff up. This will go in the fridge. About time for some more. The teriyaki is really good too. If you're, there's my timer. Let's say you had, like, let's say I wanted to save some of the steak. I didn't eat it all. Tomorrow I heat it up to eat it, and it's kind of dry. Well, I can put a little teriyaki on it before I heat it in the microwave, and then it'll give it some life again. So teriyaki works great for all kinds of things. Okay, now here comes the big moment. Timer went off 10 minutes. The best way to do this is pull out your rack a little bit so you don't reach in there and burn yourself on that top burner. I'm going to pull out my chicken. And I'm going to pull out my turkey. Close that for just a moment so I don't lose all my heat. And I'm going to show you what this looks like halfway through. Okay. I've got my chicken breast and my turkey patties cooking up quite nicely. And now it's time to flip them. This is something you want to make sure that you do pretty quick and get them back in there. So just get you a fork or a spatula and just kind of work them, flip them over there. They're not too hot, won't burn you. There's my steak. Now since that meat's already somewhat cooked and I didn't really stab it, I'm going to use this to flip my steak. I'm going to set my timer 3 minutes, because that's pretty charred. I'm going to turn my heat down to 4 instead of 5. And now I'm ready to put my chicken and my turkey back in the oven. So I'm going to open it up, pull out my rack, put my turkey back in, like so. And then I'm going to put my chicken back in, like so. And then I'm going to come over here and set my timer. Let's go about 8 minutes this time. Now, potatoes. Well, can't use my microwave till my timer's done. So what I'm going to do is get a plate ready, put that steak on. The trick to cooking steak in the skillet is to give both sides fairly equal time. That first side got a little char, my pan's a little too hot, but it's still going to be really good because I'm only going to cook that other side on a lower heat for less time, so it should balance out. But the trick is when you pull it off of the skillet, or even if you're cooking on the grill, cover it with foil and let it sit for about 4 or 5 minutes because it'll still keep cooking and it keeps it moist and juicy. We'll do that in just a moment. While I'm waiting on my timer, I'm going to show you a couple of snacks. This is Chobani Greek frozen yogurt, or not frozen yogurt, but Greek yogurt. They have all kinds of flavors, and it's really, really good. What I'll do is I'll open it up, I'll stir it up, get me some healthy granola to mix in here. It's a great little treat when you need a healthy snack. Another healthy snack is I will have I'll have a waffle with some all natural peanut butter. Find this back there with the eggs at Walmart. This is new peanut butter, it just came out. It's all natural, only peanuts, only sea salt. On top of one of these, another great snack. Good breakfast on the go if you're in a real big hurry, or you just need something to hold you over between meals. Okay, we got about 5 seconds left on our timer. I'm going to get a Newport, my fresh knife. We're going to see, I'm going to cut into this bad boy. Okay, it's still pretty rare, so I can get this gristle off here. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in on the side that it was cooking on that last time. It really doesn't need much more, especially since I cut it in half. If you're not too picky about your steak, that's a really great way to get it done without overcooking it. Throw away that gristle. Now, I don't need my timer, I'm going to do my potatoes. So what I'm going to do is unwrap them, and then use the side that they were not in to put them on in the microwave. So there's where it was. I'll flip that over, fold it up, use that to cook it on. Put those both in there, and I'll do 4 minutes. Start them, and then I'll flip them. Do them another 4 minutes. Usually potatoes take anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes, depending on how big they are. Let's say you're cooking 4 potatoes. Wash them up, throw them in there. Go ahead and throw them in there for 8 minutes, and then check them, flip them, cook them another 8 minutes, however long you need. But potatoes in the microwave are awesome. Great thing about all this is you can adapt it to what you need in terms of portions, meals, whatever. So I'm going to pull this steak off, turn off the burner, move my skillet, cover my steak, let it chill. Well, it's not going to chill, but it's going to be sitting there getting all kinds of good while I'm getting everything else done. So leave that there.